Raider Jim, wrapping things up, your final thoughts for this episode of the NFL Weekly.
Final thoughts today, like you say, I think at the end of week 3, we're going to have a better idea of how everybody's going to really play from here on out. I am going to pay close attention to injuries and things like that. It just seems like the preseason schedules, extended games, or extended seasons, travel back and forth across the pond and all. I really think that's taking a toll somewhere along the way. All those variables have to be making an impact, and just be interesting to see what happens midway through the season, how many people are still healthy and still competing, and see if we have any front runners on, is there a team that's going to just run away with it, or is everybody just is the pack going to come up and everybody's just going to be middle of the road? It will be interesting to see. Outside of that, that's about all I have to say.
Yeah, my final thoughts, I am going to call out the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's not because of anything that was done during the game on the field. Last week, before the Eagles-Chiefs game, the Chiefs came out for their warm-ups, and not everyone, but a good majority of Chiefs players had shirts that said "Free 4." And if you're not aware, 4 is Rashee Rice. And if you're confused and wondering, oh my gosh, why is Rashee Rice being improperly imprisoned? And why haven't I heard about this? Well, it's because that's not actually the case. So when they say "Free 4," what they want is a person that was driving 120 miles an hour in his Lambo on the freeway, who crashed into multiple cars, caused multiple injuries. Thank goodness there were no deaths. There were children injured. And the cherry on top is he fled the scene. And he got a 6-game suspension. Even the judge was questioning how remorseful this man was. Now, look, I'm not going to break any news. If you have a lot of money in this country, you can get away with a lot. A 6-game suspension is borderline laughable. All of us would have been fired without cause or without pay, like, period. It would have been the end of it. Go get out of here. But he gets a 6-game suspension, and the Chiefs have the audacity to come out and pretend like there is some oppression going on. I'd rather you wear a free Colin Kaepernick shirt. It's ridiculous to me. I don't think the Chiefs have any self-awareness. I'm a huge football fan. I love football. If you mess up in the real world, you need to pay the consequences. And unfortunately, just a few years ago, we saw consequences be paid. So that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I would say that if it was the Eagles, I would say that if it was the Raiders, I would say that if it was anyone. I think that was a ridiculous thing to do. And honestly, I think the NFL should get involved because, again, that's just terrible look. It's a terrible look for a sport that tries to, we're cleaning up our image. Well, sure doesn't look like it to me. But with that being said, I'll put my soapbox away. Don't worry, it'll be back out next week, I'm sure. But with that being said, thank you all so much for listening to this episode of the NFL Weekly, presented by the First Off the Bench Podcast Network. Everyone comes off the bench. We are First. It is time for you all to go wash your hands and please stop hating everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you all very soon. Take care.
Peace out.